Yeah. I did the math before the flex show. Rebalance sheets where they chase goals. Losses turned to wish and paid in full. Kept the vision clean when the lights go dull. Don't talk rich, I talk control. Equity heavy, lie on the ego. Hype fade fast, patience compound. That's how rooms turn quiet when you walk around. This ain't for the crowd, this for the count. What you owe, what you outgrown. Mind still sharp, pen still loud. Just don't rap for approval. People I move quiet, let silence work. Noise never built what discipline nurture. Hunger ain't dry, that lesson clear. Some starve loud, still stuck in fear. Fed the mind, stop distraction. Now every step got long-term traction. No rush, no race, grown man pace. I stand on code, no convenience. Principles heavy as consequences. Seen shortcuts bury families. Seen structure flip whole narratives. I taught leverage with on my sons. Not clout, not clicks, not followers. Respect don't come from being loud. It comes from standing when pressure covers you. At this age, you don't need motivation. You need alignment. If your money don't match your stress, too misposition. If your circle still drains you, waited too long. Yeah. I did the math before the flex show. Rebalance sheets where they chase goals. Losses turned to wish and paid in full. Kept the vision clean when the lights go dull. Don't talk rich, I talk control. Equity heavy, lie on the ego. Hype fade fast, patience compound. That's how rooms turn quiet when you walk around. This ain't for the crowd, this for the count. What you owe, what you outgrown. Mind still sharp, pen still loud. Just don't rap for approval. People I move quiet, let silence work. Noise never built what discipline nurture. Hunger ain't dry, that lesson clear. Some starve loud, still stuck in fear. Fed the mind, stop distraction. Now every step got long-term traction. No rush, no race, grown man pace. I stand on code, no convenience. Principles heavy as consequences. Seen shortcuts bury families. Seen structure flip whole narratives. I taught leverage with on my sons. Not clout, not clicks, not followers. Respect don't come from being loud. It comes from standing when pressure covers you. At this age, you don't need motivation. You need alignment. If your money don't match your stress, too misposition. If your circle still drains you, waited too long.
Oh, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Good Tuesday morning to everybody. I would like to welcome y'all back to Attraction Economics, where we break down the supply and demand of attraction, where we talk about the power, the leverage, and the status that it holds. And we also talk about how attention is the number one currency resource of 2026. You know what I'm saying? How you got yours, how you spend yours, and how to gain more. As y'all in the building, please hit that like button, that share button, that subscribe button. And also, if you would like to donate to the channel, hit the cash app, $ Big Dog Barking 2132. Big donations, small donations. All donations are appreciated and accepted. You know what I'm saying? But I know the economy is kind of messed up right now. So if you got to donate, I would appreciate it. But if you ain't got it, you ain't got it. And we ain't going to worry about it. We going to keep doing what we do over here. After today's live, I'm going to go change the time frame. I've been doing what 8:45 Central Time. So starting tomorrow, I guess I'm gonna start doing a 12:15, maybe live, maybe shorts and all that. I need to get back on my shorts. I need to get back on my short form content. So I think over the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna be just putting out short form content. You know what I'm saying? Just some shorts, some reels, some TikToks. So yeah, I'm gonna do the next 2 weeks. Some just short form content. So get a little break. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy a little bit more of my time. So for 2 weeks, next 2 weeks, I'm gonna be doing some short form content. So, but anyway, today's topic is if you're replaceable, you will be replaced. If you're replaceable, you will be replaced. And I know for a fact that this sound kind of harsh, sound kind of cold. You know what I'm saying? It don't feel good to hear. But the truth of the matter is this right here is that if you ignore that, if you ignore that, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna suffer the most. If you ignore the fact that if you're replaceable, you will be replaced, you're gonna suffer more than somebody that understands that. You feel what I'm saying? Because just think about it. At your job, at your job right now, if you still we see now, if you look at the news, folks are getting laid off, folks are getting replaced, folks are getting fired and laid off left and right at these jobs. Fast food, government, whatever the case may be, we see a heavy dose of people getting laid off for one reason or another. We see people getting replaced every day that thought they would never get replaced. I remember working at Nike. They used to always tell me we had what would they used to say? We had when we were slow, they was like we have job security. This was like I had left in 2021. So they used to always tell me it's like we got job security, we got job security, we got job security. I bet until I left for one reason or another. I could get into it, but just know I left. And now we see that Nike just got rid of 700 plus employees in Memphis and Mississippi. They just got rid of 90% of their staff at Sneakers. So all that job security went out the window because of bad management, doing the stupid things, thinking because you're untouchable, you're Nike, you're untouchable. You know what I'm saying? The world is your oyster until you realize you forget where you came from and somebody else done took your spot. And now you got to scramble and try to make sure your number don't dip too much and your stock price stay high. But and then you had to let go of so many employees because of bad business. But you see this every day at a McDonald's, at a Burger King, at a Wendy's, at a warehouse job. Folks get replaced every day. Whether it's because of the company replacing you or because you just don't do what you're supposed to do as an employee, you get replaced. And if you stay there long enough in retirement, they used to give you a gold watch or whatever the case may be. Now they might give you a nice little severance package and send you on your way. Hopefully, it's enough to get you by for 6 months and you find something else. But jobs replace you every day. Jobs replace you every day. And they want you to pledge your loyalty to them, but the minute they feel like getting rid of you, they get rid of you. If you watch sports like I do, I'm a 49ers fan. I'm a Grizzlies fan. You know what I'm saying? When it come down to baseball, I'm a Yankees fan. You know what I'm saying? But we see this every day in sports. It's like players get traded every day. Players get traded every year off your favorite team. And these were players that the organization once called family, cornerstones of their organization, key players in their quest for a championship that gets traded. And we see this every year. And even in relationships, we see both men and women get replaced every day. And they get replaced for perceived better options. So this ain't just me trying to be harsh, cold hearted. This me telling the truth. This is me being honest. And you know I'm being honest. You just don't want to face reality. You just don't want to face reality, but just pay attention. And I keep telling y'all, this is economical. This is logical. This has there's some emotions to this shit, but majority of the time is supply and demand. It's economics. I'm not an economist. I'm not Thomas Sowell. I don't. I'm just a nigga that know how numbers work. That's it. I just know how supply and demand work, and I be trying to, put folks on game. But it is what it is. If you don't want to listen, you ain't gotta listen. You don't want to come over and you don't got. But I'm gonna give you the truth. I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit. I'm gonna give you the truth. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of y'all be bitter. A lot of y'all be bitter. Why? When you know it's competition. Oh, that the C word. That's one of them words y'all don't like to hear is competition. You just mad. You just bitter. You upset. No, it's competition. Everything is competition. See what the problem is, we in a participation trophy era where everybody supposed to win, ain't nobody supposed to lose. And if you're deemed a loser, excuse me, if you're deemed a loser, you feel bad. Your feelings hurt. But somebody gotta lose. Somebody gotta win, somebody gotta lose. Everybody want to win, nobody wants to lose. I'm bringing y'all out a lot, man. You know, everybody want to be delusional. Everybody want to act like it ain't gonna happen to them till it happen to them, and then they crying and begging and asking for help and did it. Like, bruh, if you understand what the fuck going on, you will prepare yourself a little bit better. If you really understood what was going on, you wouldn't be in your fifis. You actually be taking care of your business. You'll actually be taking care of your business. And this is the thing. The markets, the world we live in right now, they don't reward comfort. They reward value. They don't reward you because you're in a good spot. They reward you because you're valuable. That's plain and simple. In business, in sports, in relationship. If you're valuable, your job won't reward you. If you're valuable, your team gonna keep you. If you're valuable, you won't be replaced by your woman. You think because you at this nice little job and you got comfortable that you can't be replaced. You think that you on this team and you getting a little playing time, some minutes and shit like that, you won't lose your spot. You think that you got a chick that like you, that you ain't got to better yourself and she gonna stay by your side. That's not how this shit work, bro. That's not how this shit work, bro. I'm trying to tell you. And see what's so dangerous about all this right here is that a lot of y'all think that just working hard and putting a whole lot of effort into whatever you're doing makes you irreplaceable. Excuse me. You think effort makes you replaceable. It don't. Your results make you irreplaceable. The leverage you have makes you irreplaceable. The position you have makes you irreplaceable. You feel what I'm saying? So the question I gotta ask y'all is this right here. What makes someone impossible to replace? What makes you? What makes you impossible to replace? That's what we're gonna get into today. What makes you impossible to replace? Y'all hit that like button, y'all hit that share button, y'all hit that subscribe button. You feel me? Because over here, with the trash and economics, I tell y'all all the time, this is economical, psychology, psychological, logical. It's some emotion into this, but not all of it. See, we're banking on feelings when it's everything else, including feelings, including emotions. A lot of this shit is just psychology. And I'm one of them individuals. I didn't go to school for no psychology degree. I picked up psychology books. I like reading books. Psychology is one of the topics I like to read on. Human nature. Excuse me. Robert Greene is one of my favorite authors. I got all his books. And his books ain't lying. I got so many psychological books in my library just to see how people think. And it don't fail. It don't fail. Psychology and business books is in my library. That's why I say the things I say. That's why I say attraction economics, and this is what it is. Attraction economics, attraction psychology, attention psychology, sports psychology, business psychology, dark psychology, all this shit wrapped in one. That's what we do over here. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we break down the power, we break down value, we break down status, we break down relationships, we break down sports, we break down performance over here. We just dive off into the psychology of all this shit. We dive off into the economics of all this shit. Cause all this shit apply across the board. All this apply across the board. If you think like this in one area of your life, you're gonna think like this in the rest of your life. In every other area. And a lot of folks don't want to think, they just want to react. They don't want to respond. They just gotta hurry up and react because of attention. Because of attention. But it's deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna tell you about the harsh truth. I'm gonna tell you about the harsh truth in today's society, in the world we live in today. You know what I'm saying? And again, if somebody can replace you, if you're easily, if they can replace you real easily, they're gonna replace you. If you're easy to replace, you're gonna get replaced. It's easy for them to show you the door. And see, and see, and it's not because the people that's replacing you are evil people. It's not because your supervisor at your job, your manager at your job is evil. It's not because the general manager of your team is evil. It's not because the girl you're dating is evil. No, it's not because they're evil. It has nothing to do with it. It's human nature. It's human nature to optimize for better outcomes. Human nature. And see, I talk about outcomes and I say when you tie to a certain outcome and you don't get that outcome, something happens to you. You feel some type of way when you don't get the outcome you want. That's why we have so many arguments and complaints and shit like that because everybody wants a specific outcome, and when they don't get it, it's somebody's fault why I didn't get the outcome. That's just human nature. That's not men. That's not women. That's people. That's how people think. I just sit there and say, quit being tied to an outcome. Do you? Whatever happens, gonna happen. Either you're gonna win or you're gonna lose. Either you're gonna get what you want or you're not. Either or. But when you sit here and saying I do what I do just to get this certain outcome, if I don't get this outcome, I'm a failure. No, it was never promised. The world don't owe you the outcomes you want. So why do you get so mad when you don't get them? The world don't owe you the outcome you want. You work for the outcome you want. And if you get it, you get it. If you don't get it, guess what? You work a little bit hard or try something else. That's it. But we didn't get to a point to where if I do this, I got to get the outcome. That's why I see so many people at jobs quit because they don't get what they want off the muscle. It's like, bro, you don't even want to work to get what you want. You just want the company to give it to you. You just want the job to give it to you. You ain't even working for what you want. You just want them to give it to you because of what? Why? When I was coaching, I had players just say they need playing time, but you don't deserve it because of how you do in practice. You don't, I can't just give you playing time because you want it. You got to earn it. And they don't mean, and they like a lot of them didn't understand it because they feel like they so good or whatever. That's like, oh, well, this, that, and the third. It's like, well, bro, you ain't proved it in practice. So if you can't prove it in practice, how can I give it to you in the game? Now, depending on how the game going, if it's a blowout one way or another, I might put you in the game to see what you got. But if you ain't showing me shit in practice, I can't put you in the game. And you feel some type of way because I'm telling you the truth. And when it comes down to relationships, if you're not doing what it takes to make sure somebody stay on your side, why is you mad when they let your ass go? You just feel like they supposed to stick by your side because of what? Because you a dude? Because you a man? Because you had a dick and balls? that you get with a woman and she just supposed to stay there because you a man. You want her to just accept where you at as a man. You don't want to get better. You just want her to accept where you at. And if she say no, I want more, you say her standards too high. This is the problem. And like I said, bro, it's just in one area. It's across the board. It ain't just one area. It's across the board. You want all the perks of your job, but you don't want to do shit at your job. You want to come to work when you want to come to work. You want to leave when you want to leave. You want to act how you want to act at your job and shit like that. And you expect full payment and all the benefits and the perks. And when they don't give it to you, you feel some type of way, but it's like, do you deserve it? And somewhere in your brain, you feel like you do deserve it, even though you know you be bullshitting. You feel like you deserve everything the job has to offer, even though you with the shit. Because of what you got going on outside of this job. They supposed to give you everything that they have to offer to somebody that half-ass do their job. And you feel some type of way when they overlook your ass, when they bypass you, when they don't give you the promotion, when they don't give you the raise you're looking for and all that type of shit right there. You mad at them, but it's like, bro, look at your motherfucking self and ask yourself, do you really deserve it? And somehow, some way, you're going to fix your reality. You're going to fix your truth, your truth. And you're going to try to come back and tell the employer, because of this, that, and the third, you deserve everything the job has to offer. Not your work performance, not your attendance. Your attendance trash, your job performance trash. All that's trash. But because you got 3 kids, because you got your rent high, your lights, your car note, your groceries, all that shit, yes, all that shit costs money. Kids are expensive. Rent stay going up. Lights gonna cost you. If you got an apartment or a house, you got to pay them lights. You got to feed your family. You got to feed yourself. Yes, all that shit is real. But be honest with yourself. All that shit is real, but you're not doing what it takes at your job to get the benefits to take care of your motherfucking self. They're gonna pay you. They're gonna pay you by the hour. They're gonna give you a salary, whatever it is you're getting paid, weekly, bi-weekly, whatever, monthly, whatever the case may be. You're gonna get it. But when it's up for a promotion, and you feel like you deserve this promotion to get a little bit more money, and they say no, we're going in another direction. Now you're stomping your feet. Now you're mad and steam coming out your ears. It's like they overlook me. Well, look at your attendance. Look at your performance. And ask yourself again, do you deserve it with how you come to work, how you dress at work, how you act at work? Or do you think you deserve it because you got bills to pay? When you playing sports, again, do you deserve the playing time when you half-ass come to practice? And when you at practice, you half-ass want to do anything in practice. You half-ass doing drills. You don't want to come to the weight training. You don't want to do shit. But when the game come, you gotta play. Gotta play. Put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. Nigga, your ass won that practice on this week. Now we got a game this weekend and you ready to play. You don't know shit going on, but you ready to play. I'm not finna put your ass out there and you don't know how this offense finna work. You don't know what new plays I done put in and all that type of shit. You just want to be out there. And if I don't put you out there, and I'm giving you a logical reason why I'm not putting you out there, nigga, you ain't come to practice. You can give me eggs. My mom didn't want to bring me. Huh? Your mama know you play basketball, don't it? Yeah. Okay then. Did you call me and ask me to pick you up? No. Okay then. You ain't want to come to practice. I would have came and picked you up. You ain't want to come. But you know we got a game this weekend. You called me then. Come pick me up, coach. For what? You ain't even play. You couldn't call me to come get you for practice. But now you want me to come get you for a game? No. I'll coach you with the shit. So? And what? That's all right. I'm going to go somewhere else. Bye. Bye. If you feel like I'm not giving you what you want, you finna go somewhere else, go somewhere else. I'm sticking on what I'm sticking on. You don't want to come to practice. You half-ass want to practice when you at practice, and you expected me to give you a whole lot of minutes in the game? Make that make sense. Make that make sense. You in a whole relationship with a woman and you being mediocre, average at best, and she say, I think I want more. I know you could do more. You're not doing more. You say, why your standards so high? She didn't just want you to stick there and ask. She like you, but she feel like you can do better. She feel like you can do better. And I hear this all the time. Why I gotta do better? Why y'all won't tell the women to do better? Why I gotta do better? Why the men gotta do better? Because, bro, with or without a woman, you still a man. With or without a woman, you still a man. You still gotta take care of your business without a woman by your motherfucking side. You still gotta take care of your business. You still gotta do what you gotta do with or without a woman. You just happen to get a woman and she want to do better. And like I said on several occasions, when I was first got with my wife, I wasn't in the position I'm in now. And it was time she like we was in the projects. She didn't want to be in the projects. I ain't want her in the projects. I ain't want my kids in the projects, but that's all we could afford at the time. And she kept riding my ass about this shit because she didn't want to be there. I didn't either. But at that point in time, that's all I can get. That's all I could afford. I wasn't trying to stay there forever, but I had to get my shit right to get them out. And I told her that. It's like, look, if you can't ride with me till we get out these motherfucking projects, leave me the fuck alone. Go on about your business. I thug my way through. I thug my way through. I don't want you in these motherfuckers no more than you want to be here. But until we can get the fuck out this bitch, we gonna have to be here. Now, if you don't want to be here, go back to your grandma. Go back to your grandmama house. I figured a way out. And I figured a way out. Y'all complain when your woman want to upgrade. Not materialistic shit. Not now she want to go to 5-star restaurants every week. Now she want to take trips every month. Not that she want to go tear the mall down and pop tags. No, she just want to be in a better living condition. You don't want to be in a better living condition? You got a woman. It's one thing when you buy your fucking self. You can take care of yourself. You ain't got to be in the uppity ups. You ain't got to have a big ass house with a lot of yard and shit like that. No, you can be by your motherfucking self and do what the fuck you do by your motherfucking self. You ain't got nobody to worry about but you. But when you with a woman, you want to make sure your woman's safe. You want to have your woman in a nice area because that's your woman. And if you got kids, you don't want your kid growing up in crime infested neighborhoods and low impoverished neighborhoods. You don't want that shit. You don't. You don't. And I know you don't want her to nag your motherfucking ass. But see, in my situation, I was working. I was trying to get them out. I'm just comfortable in the projects, but I ain't want my wife and kids in the projects. I'm trying to get them out the projects. I ain't want to hear that shit. And I told her, look, if you don't like it, leave. But I'm trying. If you can't see me trying, you blind. She shut the fuck up. She stood by a nigga's side till we got out the project. She stood by a nigga's side till we got out the projects. And even now, I'm in one of the worst part of Memphis. Not because I couldn't afford to be in the better part, it's because her folks stayed here. Her grandmama and granddad. When we left the project, she said, I want to go back to my neighborhood to make sure my grandmama and granddad are straight. You think I'm gonna tell her no? This who raised her. I said, okay, cool, whatever. She found the house we in there. Just so she be close to her grandmama and granddad. Now both of them passed away. You know what I'm saying? God rest their souls. Both of them passed away. We still in the hood. You know why we still in the hood? Because I pay $800 something a month for a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house in the hood. That's it. I got a deal. No Section 8. None of that right there. I just got a good landlord. They ain't busting my head for 1,200, 1,400. No, 850. 850. We good tenants. We good tenants. We pay our rent on time. We talk to them folks when we might be short. We talk to them, let them like, hey, look, we gonna be a little short. We know how much it is extra to pay. We ain't got a problem. We got things going on, kids, all that type of shit. And we've been here since 2012. It's 2026, 14 years. And my rent still 8 something. My rent still 850. I've been here 14 years. Cause when we first moved in, my rent was 7. It just got up to 850. I ain't in no rush to leave. I ain't in no rush to leave. I got a partner of mine right now saying he finna pay 900 for an efficiency. 900 for half the space I got. In efficiency, he ain't got a full apartment. He got an efficiency for 900. I pay 850 and I got 3 bedrooms. 2 whole baths. I got a living room, a dining room, a big ass kitchen. You know what I'm saying? You be in relationship with women and don't want to do better. They just need to ride with you. You ain't trying to do better. And then get mad when they say they want better. Now they standards too high. again, if you're easily, if they can replace you easily, you will be replaced. You will be replaced. And again, once y'all understand that, once you understand that it ain't just somebody don't like you. It's like they looking for a certain outcome that you're not giving them. That's just human nature. I say don't be tied to outcome, but human nature say I want what I want. And if you're not giving me what I want, I will go somewhere else and get it. That's reality. That's not cold. That's not harsh. I had to excuse me. Anyway, but once you understand that, bro, you'll stop chasing validation. You'll stop chasing approval. You'll stop chasing recognition, and you start becoming a better individual. You'll start becoming a better individual. See, again, what I say is that we're in a participation trophy era where I just do what I do and I'm supposed to be a winner. I do what I do when I'm good, bad, or indifferent. I need the validation just because I played the game. I need the validation because I just played, just because I was here. I need the validation because I came to work, regardless if I came to work late or not, regardless if I left job early or not, regardless if I didn't do good, my performance was piss poor, regardless of all that type of shit. I need all of the validation of the job just because I'm at the job, not because I'm a good employee, just because I'm here. I need all the validation because I played the game, not because I played the game good, not because I played it. I just need the validation. I just need the wins. I just need to be looked at as like you played. We just gonna salute you for playing. We just gonna pat you on the back for playing hard. Whether you win or lose, we just gonna say you're great. Whether you win or lose, you just want her to stay by your motherfucking side just because you a dude, not because you the better option for her, not because you a good dude, just because you're a dude that just want to be where you at. You ain't trying to get better, but you need the best woman possible just because you a dude. That's not how this shit works. That's not how this shit works. Let me check my damn. Hold up. Let me see what's going on over here. Check this chat. Who it is from? Kick and Twitch. Hmm. So anyway, now they break down the economics of human value. You know what I'm saying? And again, everything in life is a competition. Everything in life operates on perception, perceived value. Everything in life operates on perceived value. And again, a business can replace you when you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. But if you're giving them the results they want, guess what? You get the promotion, you get the raise you're looking for. If you give them the results you're looking for, if you help your team win a championship, if you go hard, excuse me, whatever game you playing, if you help your team win a championship and you one of the main reasons that they won the championship, you might get a big contract. You might get more shot attempts. You might get more receptions or more touches or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? You might get to play a little bit longer because you helping us win championships. You feel what I'm saying? And if you're a content creator, if you work for damn, guess what? Your audience get bigger and bigger as you go. Your audience will get bigger and bigger as you go. They're gonna follow you because you get attention. That's human value. That is economics right there. That is simple. You're doing what I need you to do, so I'm going to reward you handsomely. You're doing what I need you to do, so I'm gonna give you what you're looking for. That's plain and simple. And just like I said, we have a lot of people. We have a lot of people that just want the perks and the benefits because they there. But you're not doing nothing to get the perks and the benefits. You're just there. The ones that's actually doing the work is actually getting the perks and the benefits. And now you're looking at them some type of way because they're getting what you want, but they're actually putting in the work to get it. They actually doing what they have to do to get it. You're not. But you feel like you deserve it because you're there just like they are. But that person come to work on time. That person actually stay there the whole shift. Might stay over if they have to. That player, they actually working hard. like they holding on to a roster spot. Trying to get a roster spot. You feel what I'm saying? That's why content creators do what they do. That's why that's why they stay doing shit. Because they know that they whole channel revolves around attention. You feel what I'm saying? And then the minute, the second you stop producing, the moment your value drops in whatever you're doing, and the minute it drops below the person right next to you, your coworker, the minute your value drops below your replacement, your backup, the minute your value drops and be compared to another nigga, your leverage disappear. You ain't got no more power. You ain't got no more power. The minute you stop doing what you're doing and somebody that's right next to you started doing more than you, where your power go? You have no more. You don't have any. It's gone. No more leverage. No more leverage. And guess what? That's economical. That's economical. Why? Just think about it. Why people are so scared of the American dollar drop? Because if the dollar drops, there's no more power for America. If the dollar drops, there's no more power for. There's no more leverage if the dollar drops. You won't be looked at as one of the most powerful countries in the world no more. No. If your dollar drops, you're not powerful. If it's other countries that their currency is worth more than the dollar, they're looked at as more powerful. Right or wrong? That's why they so concerned about the dollar dropping. It's a power thing. I don't know why my phone just jumping all of a sudden day. Anyway, it's economics. Again, we sit here and talk about the price of we see the price of gas going up because of a war, whatever the case may be. We know it's like the tariffs and shit like that. All that is economical. That's why shit didn't jump back up. We can talk about all that right there all day, every day. And we can sit there and blame, we can say Trump did this and did that and blame him for this, that, and the third. The Republicans did and this, that, and the third. Okay, whatever, whatever, whatever. You can put the blame on him how you want. But take this same approach to everything else you're doing in life. You just looking at some shit and want to blame him for this, that, and the third, but then when it come down to some other shit, then it's not your boss fault. You know what I'm saying? Just look at let's look at what you're complaining about. Look at what you're complaining about. I watch the news, been watching the shit on TikTok and most of TikTok about the redistricting in Tennessee, in Memphis especially, and how many folks acting the fool. Oh, they trying to silence black. Them folks didn't say you couldn't vote. They didn't take your vote away. You make it seem like they said you couldn't vote no more. They didn't say you couldn't vote. You still vote. You still go to your poll in your area and vote. But you say, oh, they ain't gonna let nobody black be in, you got a white dude in Congress, Steve Cohen. He been in Congress. He been representing Memphis for I don't know how long. Shelby County for I don't know how long. Steve Cohen. He ain't black. He's just a Democrat. He ain't black. He a Democrat. We have a Democratic district attorney. Because we had a Republican district attorney before this one. Y'all said that she was too harsh. A woman, Republican district attorney. Y'all said she was too harsh. She didn't want to get nobody, they charging, they give them all this time for petty shit. Okay, now you get what you want. You get a Democratic district attorney down here. Motherfucker don't go to jail. Motherfucker don't go to jail for doing some of the worst shit down here. They get right back out. They're less than 24 hours. They're right back on the streets. And then you on TV talking about the crime bad, crime terrible. But then when they bring in the National Guard because the crime bad and the crime terrible, we don't need the National Guard in here. We can police ourselves. We got this shit. National Guard come down here, they find missing kids. They find niggas running with warrants and shit like that, locking niggas up. And they, y'all doing too good of a job. Y'all need to quit doing this. We ain't got no room for this. Crime got a little bit better. The only one that was complaining was the one talking about, I gotta find another route to this because there's so many folks riding around. I'm usually good at spotting undercover, but these folks riding everything. I don't know what the undercover look like no more. It's all the motherfuckers trying to do dirty, dirt. Excuse me. It's all the motherfuckers trying to do dirt. They got all the complaints. I remember when they were talking about, man, don't pull nobody over. They got broken tail lights and expired tags and this, that, and the third because you're stereotyping. But the majority of the time when they pull somebody over when the car fucked up, they doing something dirty. And I can hear you now, you want to know. I'm a nigga. I did my dirt. I did what I had to do. You think I ain't never had dope in the car? I just was riding in cars that actually looked like something. They ain't had to be foreign. They ain't had to be clean. They just had to I just had to make sure they was up to date. I just made sure they wasn't fucked up when I was doing what I was doing. I had to make sure I wasn't speeding. I had a seatbelt on and plenty of shit in the trunk. Motherfucker be calling me, well, yeah, nigga, I'm gonna get there when I get there, bro. I'm taking the chances. I'm riding with the shit in the car, not you. You trying to hurry up and try to get a package so you can go make you some money, nigga. I gotta get there to you. And you think I'm finna rush it? Just because you in a rush? No, I got to work in the car, not you. So I'm finna put this seatbelt on. I'm gonna drive like I got some sense. I'm gonna make sure the car I got to make sure the car that I'm driving in look like something so they won't pull me over. I'm not gonna be in a car that the dope boy drive. No, I'm being something that a suburban mom would drive with plenty of work in the car. Act like I got some sense. So if they do pull me over, and guess what? My license is legit. It ain't suspended. Ain't no warrants. Ain't nothing on my license. I ain't ducking nobody. Here you go. Here you go. Well, you was doing a little bit over the speed limit. Oh, I was. I'm sorry, officer. My bad. My bad. I'm trying to get home to my kids. My bad. I gotta go get my daughter from practice. My bad. I gotta go pick my wife up from work. My bad. I would just take it easy. Well, here go the ticket. Just sign this. Just go down the court. Just go down the courthouse and they'll dismiss it. I know it. I probably spend more. I probably spend more money in parking downtown across from the courthouse than I do in the actual courthouse for a speeding ticket. You feel what I'm saying? So again, it's economical. In relationships, no different. Relationships, no different. And a lot of y'all guys will say, if she really loved me, if she really cared for me, if she really wanted me, she'll stay. Sometimes. Sometimes. Sometimes, if she really cared about you, she'll stay. I'm not saying because the way y'all try to make it is like they leave every time. No, some of them stay. I talk about this shit just from my personal experience. It's like I shouldn't be in the position I'm in. You feel what I'm saying? So sometimes they'll stay if they really love you and care about you. Sometimes they will. Sometimes they won't. Sometimes they won't. But here's the thing: with attraction, respect, influence, they follow value creation. Her being attracted to you, her being respectful to you, her being on your program is part of value creation. So if that could be anything, you might make her feel some type of way. It's why she'll stay. You might make a certain type of money. That's why she'll stay. You feel what I'm saying? You might have a social status that'll keep her around you. You might look a certain type of way that'll keep her around you. You might think a certain type of way. That's why she'll stay around. You might move a certain type of way. That's why she's still there. See, the way y'all talk is just it's strictly off how he look and how much money he got. That's why she'll deal with the shit she deal with. No, that ain't why. That's not the only reasons why, because he's 6'6" and got 6 figures, 7 figures. That's not the only reason why. Cause explain why the average nigga or the broke nigga got females around them. See, y'all make it seem like cause a nigga this tall and this got this much money that he can do this, that, and the third. Like, bro, that's applying across the board. Again, this is economics. Because if that were the case, explain why certain females will stay in a stairwell that will move around with a homeless nigga when her folk you tell her to come home and let that nigga suffer outside by himself. And she won't. He ain't got nothing. And she won't go home to her house. to a room, to a refrigerator. She'd rather be outside with a nigga that's homeless, jumping in shelter to shelter and shelter. It's a reason. It ain't got nothing to do with money. It's a reason. That's why I had to give a nigga like Jay Prince for president his props at times because of the simple fact that like he sit there and tell you, he been in shelters, he been homeless, he been staying in cars and shit like that. And he always have a woman around him. You know what niggas will say? Them ain't no quality women. Nigga, if your daughter was outside with Jay Prince for president, you couldn't get her to come home. Was you gonna tell me your daughter is low quality? And she just happened to like a nigga for Jay Prince for president. Your daughter like a Jay Prince for president, and you're trying to tell her to come home while this nigga living in the car, and she won't do it. Your daughter low quality than that? Your daughter low quality because she wanna be with a nigga that ain't got a job. Your daughter low quality because she with a nigga that broke, ain't got no place to stay, can't keep a job, but somehow, some way she still about this nigga's ass. Is your daughter low quality? Just break it down, man. Just break it down. And you can sit there and say, I'm a disown, and you are not going to disown because the minute she say, Dad, I need some help, you might scold her a little bit. You might, you give her the ride that can talk bad to her, some shit like that, trying to make, talk bad to her about her life decisions and life choices and shit like that. But you still gonna help her because that's your fucking daughter. And it may be for her, it may be for the nigga. I'ma help you if you leave the nigga alone. And she tell you that's all right, I don't need your help. How that feel? When she asks you for help for her and her dude, and you say, I'm not gonna help you because the dude can't do it. And she like, that's all right, I can figure it out. And she don't want to holler at you no more. But fuck it, she ain't got talk. Nigga, I know I'd have been there. Me and my daughter done bump head plenty motherfucking time. I told her, don't call me until you can tell me what the problem is. You gonna need me before I need you. I told my daughter that shit several times. And I know my daughter. She like, all right, fuck it. I call you when I feel like calling you. Bet. Bet. She'll call my wife. She'll hear me in the background. I hear her on the phone. Now, if it's something going on, of course I'm gonna be concerned. That's my fucking child. But I ain't in no rush to call her. Only if I'm in a rush to call her, it's because something wrong with my granddaughter. Then I want to see what's up. But if it's just something on some personal shit that me and her done got into it about, I'm like, okay, whatever. Me and her just had a conversation about some personal shit. And me and her had a whole hour-long conversation about this shit. And I'm like, well, you still got to make the decision to know I got your back. I told her what I feel like she needs to do. But that's just me being a dad to my daughter. This is what I want you to do to make me feel comfortable. But at the same time, you're a grown woman. You're going to do what you want to do. I can't do nothing but respect your decision. What I think is a good decision or a bad decision. But you're going to make your decision. I'm just going to stand by you, even though I don't like it. So again, it got to be something more than just the money for some of these females to be with the niggas they with. It got to be more than the height. If the average nigga 5'8", my brother that's staying in Texas is every bit of 5'4", 2 kids, been married twice, and he's still getting pussy at 5'4". Maybe because he light skinned. Maybe that's why. But he ain't never been hurting for no female. Been married twice. Got 2 kids and ain't no taller than he ain't 5'8". He 5'4". He just light skinned. He able to get females. at 5'4". So again, if he not 6 feet high, he still getting females. Well, it's the quality of the woman. So that's how that shit is, bro. It gotta be something more than what y'all always saying it is for some of these women to stay with the niggas they with. It gotta be something more. But that's gonna be always to go to. The money, the height, the looks, his package. It's gonna always be them excuses. It ain't gonna be never that she just liked the nigga because he could think good. He got a good head on his shoulders. And she liked that shit. She liked the way the nigga move. You know what I'm saying? She like how the nigga make her feel. Y'all even got a problem with that. He's like, he ain't gonna do nothing but tell her what she wanna hear to make her feel some type of way. Yeah. What's the problem? What's the problem? That be the shit that y'all don't like. It gotta be the money, it gotta be the height, it gotta be the physical appearance, it gotta be the package. It can't be nothing else. It gotta be one of them four. Gotta be one of them four. You feel what I'm saying? And the thing that y'all don't understand is that in reality, people protect what they people protect what they feel like is irreplaceable. People gonna protect what they feel like is irreplaceable. If she really, if it were really about the money that y'all swear it is, why she don't stay? Because it's more than the money. If it was really about the height, why she don't stay? If it was really about the size of his Johnson, why she don't stay? If it was really about the skin tone or the muscles, why she don't stay? Why she don't stay? If it was really about what y'all say it is, why they don't stay? Because they're replaceable. They're replaceable. And this is why average people get ignored. This is why average is crowded. Replaceable is crowded. I tell y'all a lot that I'm an average dude. I'm in the same boat y'all niggas in. I'm taller than the average dude. I'm 6 feet. I'm 6 feet. That's it. That's it. So if you want to say because I'm tall, I might have more options than my younger brother. Okay. He light skinned. I'm a little bit darker than him. So I can sit there and say, well, he probably get more options than me because of his skin tone. Even though he's shorter. You can say I get more options than him because I'm taller, but I'm darker. We're both average. He gonna get what he get, I get what I get. There's no complaints. You're average. Now you might have something more than the other average dude around you. But instead of you focusing on what you got, you just gonna complain about what you ain't got and why you can't get what you want. I'm 6 feet. God, whoever my daddy and my mama blessed me to be 6 feet. My mama 5'3", my daddy was 6 something. I come out to be 6 feet. My brother came out to be 5'4". Why both of us ain't 6 feet? My daddy was 6 feet. Why both of us ain't 6 feet? My mama 5'3". My brother is closer to my mama height than I am. I'm close to my dad height. I'm 6 feet. My wife about 5'4", 5'5". My son down there 6 feet. My daughter 5'4". Why my daughter ain't close to 6 feet? Why my son close to 6 feet? You feel what I'm saying? His complaint was he wasn't 6 feet. I'm like, bro, but you taller than 5'8". You're taller than most men. Now you ain't as tall as Ja Morant. You ain't taller than niggas in the NBA or the NFL. Well, not all of them. Like he could have played in football because he 5'11". He could have played some position in football. Safety. He couldn't play corner. He ain't got that. I love my son, but he ain't got that cornerback speed. He could probably play safety or linebacker, running back, slot receiver. You feel what I'm saying? He could have played football. Basketball, maybe not, because they want a point guard at 6'4". But even still, bro, y'all be complaining about shit you can't help. And we're all average. We're not special. Ain't none of us special. Ain't none of us just special. We're average. We say that all day. The majority of people in the world average. Like I said, I got above average height. My son got above average height. Some of my nephew, my oldest nephew is about 5'11". My second oldest nephew about 5'11". You feel what I'm saying? I got another nephew that's right up under my son. He getting up there. You feel what I'm saying? So again, average is crowded. It's a bunch of us. It's a bunch of us that can be replaced. I done got replaced numerous times in my life. I done got replaced. I done got replaced. It's just that I learned early. Is that, bro? You're gonna be replaced if they can find a bigger, better deal. And once I started telling females that shit, females started looking at me like, you ain't supposed to know that. But again, that's business. Because again, when I was doing what I was doing, if I could find a bigger, better deal on the packages I'm trying to get, if I can get the better work at a better price, I'm going to shop with them. I'm going to shop with them. That's why I have multiple plugs in my phone. I'm going to shop with who going to give me the best deal. What you got? For what price? I'm going to pay for it. I'm always looking for the bigger, better deal. So what makes you think ain't nobody else looking for a bigger, better deal? Just off the simple fact that I was doing what I was doing and I applied this shit to relationships early, female was looking at me like, you're not supposed to know that. You're not supposed to know that I'm gonna replace you as soon as I find a nigga that look better or got more money or can fuck better. You're not supposed to know I'm gonna do that. You supposed to be a dumbass and let me hold you until I can find them. And then drop the bomb on you at the last minute. No, I know you're gonna do it. Do I care or not? It's the issue. I know it's a possibility of you doing it. Do I care if you're gonna do it? Again, emotions is on a part of this shit. You're not thinking logical. You're not thinking economical. You're wrapped up in that pussy. You don't want that pussy to leave you. And that's the thing. You'll keep as many women around you as possible until one of them start doing more for you. Ain't that the bigger, better deal? Ain't that the bigger, better deal? You have a roster full of women, and the one that get to stand out, the one that start doing more for your motherfucking ass, get the promotion. Right or wrong? This is the one you want to call girlfriend. This is the one you want to bring around your partners and your folks. This is the one you're thinking about moving in with you. This is the one you're thinking about taking her on a trip and buying them red bottoms or whatever the case may be, because she started doing a little bit more for you than the eater. Ain't that the bigger, better deal? Or am I just lying? Am I just lying? Cause Lord forbid, if a woman say that type of shit, she wrong. But you willing to do it. And again, I'm not being biased. I'm not a feminist. I just call that nigga shit. I just call it like I see it. You're gonna you want a roster, and if you can get one, you ain't got a problem getting the pussy. It's the one that start doing more with the pussy. The one that do more outside of that bedroom shit. Oh, she get the promotion because she willing to do more than just fuck me. She wouldn't do more than just fuck me and suck me. Oh, she wouldn't clean up my house. She wouldn't cook me some food and shit like that. Woo, woo, woo. She get the promotion. Put the shoe on the other foot. She got a roster. Oh, she should. Oh, she terrible. She terrible. And she looking for the big. It's hypergamous when she do it. It's just my nature when I do it. I just tell the truth. I just tell the truth. That's my position. Telling the truth. Take it how you want to take it. You feel how you want to feel. Ask me, do I care? Y'all like, share, subscribe to this shit, man. Now, why do people get replaced? Why do people get replaced? And most people get replaced. Most people get replaced because they stop evolving. Now, some of y'all finna feel some type of way about this one. Most people get replaced because they stop evolving. Mind you, I tell dudes all the time, get better. Get better. Don't argue with me talking about women need to get better. Bruh, if they do everything they do, how can they, what do you want them to do for them to get better? Stop having attitude. That's one thing I heard. They got attitude. They think they better than niggas. I never found the point in time when they didn't think that shit. Even when niggas got power, they still think they better than niggas. And most niggas in power getting ran by who? They woman. They say what they want to say. Most niggas that got a lot of power get ran by either the woman that's in their house or the woman they risking it all for. Because you remind you, some of your politicians and preachers get caught up in scandals all the motherfucking time. They do that perk walk with their hands over their face so you won't see them. They embarrassed for getting outed by whatever they're doing. So it's either the woman that's in their house or the woman that's outside. Somebody got control over their motherfucking ass. Somebody got a little control over their motherfucking ass, no matter how powerful they is. Look at your favorite actors and athletes and entertainers. Got all this money and shit like that, and yet they paying all this child support. Somebody got control of them. See, look at how you want to look at it. Somebody got control of them. But most motherfuckers get replaced because they won't grow. They stop growing. They get content. They good at where they at. They stop growing. You know what I'm saying? And they real comfortable. They real predictable. You feel what I'm saying? They are emotionally dependent on the situation. You didn't get comfortable. You didn't got fat. You didn't got lax. You ain't the competitor no more. You ain't fighting no more. You ain't got no reason to because you done found somebody, found the situation that you're good with, you're content with, so you don't have to get better. You ain't got to do nothing to better yourself because you're in a good situation. Okay. All right. And then on top of that, you think because y'all got a history together that you not finna get replaced. Okay. All right. You think that they guarantee loyalty. Okay. It don't. It don't. Nope. History. Nope. History ain't gonna stop you from getting replaced. Nope. let's look at let's look at basketball. Let's look at basketball. Let's look at LeBron James just got swept by the Thunder. Say what you want to say about LeBron at 41. LeBron's still an elite player. You know, I still like LeBron. LeBron gonna be in my top five forever. He one of the best players I've ever seen in my life. Now let's just say LeBron just did what he did this season. He's unrestricted free agent. And there's a good chance that was his last game in the Lakers uniform. As cold as LeBron is at his age, as good as he is at his age, there's a good chance that he won't be in the Lakers uniform come next year. Now he can retire. He ain't got nothing else to prove. He got rings, he got money, he got plenty of clout. Everybody know who the fuck LeBron James is across the globe. We know who he's a billionaire. We know who LeBron Ramon James is. We do. But there's a good chance he won't be in Los Angeles next year. You know why? Because he got replaced by Luka Doncic. He got replaced by Luka the Don. When they made that trade with Dallas, sent Anthony Davis to Dallas for Luka, that was LeBron's replacement. That was LeBron's replacement. So no matter how good LeBron is, this is the first time in his career where LeBron is actually the one getting replaced. Because for so long, LeBron was able to replace a team. I just pick up and go if I feel like leaving. I hold all the cards. I got all the leverage because I'm LeBron James. I run this shit. Since he first got in the league, he ran Cleveland till he left for Miami. Now, when he got to Miami, he got a rude awakening. He didn't run Miami. Oh no, Pat Riley runs Miami. Eric Spoelstra is Pat Riley's guy. LeBron, you don't run shit over here. I run this. Now you can play as long as you want to play over here, but just know that you don't run shit. You can leave. I'll replace you. That was the first time LeBron got a rude awakening and said, you don't run shit here. I do. Take it or leave it. Won 2 championships, 2 finals MVPs. And once that 4th year was over, when San Antonio spanked their motherfucking ass, he got up, took his ball. I'm going back to Cleveland. Because in Cleveland, I run shit. And I remember everybody asking me when he was coming up, what LeBron going to say? He going back to Cleveland. He going back to Cleveland. I knew that. As soon as he got spanked by San Antonio, soon as Tim Duncan said, you know what, you kicked my ass. Ray Allen hit that luck ass shot to beat me. All right, I'm going to get on your ass. I'm going to show you who I am. I'm going to show you who I am. Spanked him. Got up and left. I'm going back to Cleveland. I'm going back home. At least I get to run shit in Cleveland. Won another championship in Cleveland. Then after he won the championship in them 4 years, got his ass spanked 3 times by Golden State. I'm going to leave again. I did what I said I was going to do. I brought a championship back to Cleveland. Now it's time for me to roll. What's up? What's going on? You just came here to fuck with me, didn't you? I just heard you talking like, bro. Well, it's part of my conversation right now, so it ain't just sports related. He got his ass whipped last night, though. I mean, This the fourth time he done got swept in the playoff. This is the first time he got swept before the conference finals. I'm saying. And this is your king. I mean, like I said, he cold. He gonna always be in my Mount Rushmore, but he ain't better than Mike. No, he's not. Okay. Besides you. Okay. I got you. Got you. My son retarded. I mean, my bad. I ain't supposed to say that word anymore. My son crazy. But he got confidence though. But yeah. So now LeBron is in his last year at LA. Now they can bring him back for, I'm not bringing him back at 50 million. No. He can retire. Ain't nobody gonna say he's wrong for retiring because he ain't got nothing else to prove. If you want to stay in LA, you're gonna have to come back at a discounted price. Or you can go around and find another team that wants your services for a year or two in hopes for you to get another ring. But LA is pretty much like, look, we got your replacement, Luka. We got your replacement, Luka. Now, he might not be the global star you is, but he can do what you do on the basketball court. He might not be the icon. He might not be who you are off the floor, but on the floor, he can do what you do. It might not be as exciting, but Luka can do what he do. He gonna put them points on the board. He'll walk with triple-double. So he can be replaced on the floor. He might can't be replaced across the globe, but he can be replaced on the floor. They got that replacement with Luka. And LeBron will go. LeBron one of the best ever to play the game. And he got replaced. Joe Montana, my favorite quarterback of all time. That's my goal of quarterbacks. Y'all can have Tom Brady. And that's no disrespect to Tom Brady. My favorite quarterback of all time got replaced by Steve Young. Steve Young. I wasn't ready for Joe to go to Kansas City. I wanted him to be a 49er forever until he retired. He went to Kansas City and still could play. He didn't win no more rings, but he could still play. Steve Young replaced Joe Montana. Shit, Tom Brady, the GOAT, replaced Drew Bledsoe. And this was after Drew Bledsoe got $100 million in New England. He get hurt. They bring in Tom Brady, a 6th-round pick, and he played. He worked Bill Belichick's system, and Drew Bledsoe got replaced. Peyton Manning, one of the best quarterbacks ever played a game, 2-time champion, 4-time MVP, got hurt one season. And it just so happened he get hurt in a season where the upcoming draft, you had a guy out of Stanford named Andrew Luck, the overall #1 pick, regardless of whoever had the #1 pick. Peyton Manning missed the whole season. And them folks looked Peyton Manning straight in the face and said, bruh, you finna get replaced by Andrew Luck. He went to Denver and won the championship. It happens. And this is sports. They get replaced. They get replaced. No matter how attached you are to a certain player, they get replaced. My son is a Giants fan. He likes Saquon Barkley wearing them Giant colors. He liked Daniel Jones wearing them Giant colors. Them folks told Saquon Barkley, we not finna give you the money you're looking for. Go find it somewhere else. He went to Philadelphia and got a bag and won a ring. Them folks told Daniel Jones, you are not our quarterback. And before he got hurt in Indianapolis, Daniel Jones was an MVP candidate in Indianapolis. And the funny thing about it, he wasn't even supposed to be the starter in Indianapolis. Anthony Richardson supposed to be the starter. And Daniel Jones be Anthony Richardson. Replaced. Daniel Jones got replaced in New York. Anthony Richardson got replaced by Daniel Jones. It happens. So again, if it happens in sports, what makes you think it ain't gonna happen in a relationship? What makes you think you is excluded from this shit? And again, it's not personal. It's not personal. It's performance. Again, if your replacement, if the person that's the backup, excuse me, if the person that's backing you up actually can replace you, they're going to replace you. If I can trade for somebody that can do the same shit you do, you can be replaced. You can be replaced. And it's nothing personal. It's all about performance. And this is sports. You know what I'm saying? And this goes across all aspects of life. Now, this is how you start growing. You feel me? First of all, you let somebody outwork you. You let somebody outlearn you. You let somebody outposition you. You let somebody outperform you. You let somebody outcompete you. That's how you get replaced. That's how you get replaced. And when it comes down to dating, when it comes down to relationships, people often lose attraction when you stop growing. People lose attraction for you because you stop growing. You know what I'm saying? And not because you're imperfect. Perfection ain't required. Being perfect ain't the thing. You know what I'm saying? Because you became stagnant. It ain't that you perfect, it's you stagnant. You stop growing. You got to a certain level in life and you were comfortable there. You stop growing. And to be perfectly honest, a woman is attracted to momentum. You reached a certain level in life and you got comfortable. You stop growing. You feel like I reached the pinnacle. They have nothing else to prove. But you still want to play the game. You still want to play the game, but you feel like you ain't got nothing else to prove. Well, if you ain't got nothing else to prove, why you keep playing? Why you keep playing? You thought when Tom Brady left New England, they weren't gonna replace him? He left. They let him go. They let Bill Belichick go. And they were just in the Super Bowl. A couple years after they let Bill Belichick and Tom Brady go, they were just in the Super Bowl. Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay. He won a Super Bowl. He won his 7th Super Bowl in Tampa Bay. Played 2 years. They got Baker Mayfield. They a playoff team. It happens. It happens. It happens. So again, when it comes down to the relationship, you think everything hunky dory because you with somebody, but you done got comfortable and feel like you ain't gotta do nothing. Whereas always outside interference on the daily that's pushing the issue. Now again, sometimes she ain't listening. Sometimes she good where she at. And sometimes she got her ears open. Because if somebody on the outside has something better for her than you do, she might be willing to listen. She might be willing to listen. But if you sit there and say, oh, if you love me, you wouldn't listen. Love ain't the only thing that's gonna keep her there. Love ain't the only thing that's gonna keep her there. You think it would? Not all the time. Not all the time. That's why y'all be so upset with outside people talking to. That's why you don't want nobody talking to your woman when you get one. Cause you scared of what somebody else gonna tell her. That she could do better. That she deserve more. Now sometimes they be full of shit. Sometimes they just be trying to gas each other up because they feel like. But sometimes she do deserve more from you. And you're not gonna give it to her because why should I? I'm already with her. Why should I give her more? Because you asking her to give you more. You don't see nothing wrong with her giving you more. You demand her give you more because of what type of dude you is. But the minute she asks you to give her more, you feel like it's a problem. Make it make sense to me. You can replace her if she don't give you what you want, but you don't want her to replace you if you ain't giving her what you want, what she want. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Mm. Now let's talk about the dangers of emotional security. See, one of the biggest mistakes people make is this right here. Is they are too emotionally attached. Because they think they would never leave me. They would never leave me. Okay. Have fun with that thought process. But confidence, but confidence without performance, without maintenance, becomes complacent. Okay, you confident in who you are. Just because you confident don't mean she won't leave you. You ain't doing shit with your confidence. So again, me personally, I've been called cocky and arrogant. I'm confident as hell. But I'm willing to go out there and prove myself every time I talk that shit. See, it's a difference. You can call me what you want to call me, but I can go out there and talk my shit. I'ma talk it because I go out there and do it. Win or lose, I'm confident in who I am. I talk the shit I talk because I don't won. I'm able to sit there and say I did this, that, and the third. I could talk that shit. But I'm also sit there and say, nigga, I done lost. I done failed at times too. And I'm cool with that. I wasn't supposed to win all of them. LeBron James went to the championship 10 times. How many did he win? 4. 10 times, 10 finals appearances, 4 championships. He got 4. Now, say what you want to say, with this Jordan LeBron debate, who better, whatever the case may be. Nigga, it's some greats that never won 1. He won 4. So, yeah, he could talk a little shit because he got the hardware to bag it up. Regardless if he ain't got more than Jordan. Regardless if he ain't got more than Bill Russell. Regardless if he ain't got more than Robert Horry. Robert Horry. Regardless of the situation, LeBron James can talk his shit because he got a championship. He put in the work to be a multiple-time All-NBA player, a multiple-time All-Star, a 4-time champion, 4-time. He done put in the work to talk his shit. You can't take that away from him. It ain't like he's a motherfucker that talk shit and ain't never did anything. Then you have to look at him crazy. Like, nigga, how can you talk that shit when you ain't never did nothing? Talking shit and ain't got no results is complacent. Nigga, you just talking. You ain't got no proof, no results. You just talking. And then when somebody tell you to go do it, you got a million and one excuses on why you can't do it. Nigga, you just talking shit. You ain't walking like you're talking. You want somebody to believe you that nigga when you ain't doing nothing to be the nigga. Quit talking. Quit talking. Show me something first. Then I listen. Then I listen. You know what I'm saying? Show me something. See, the strongest position is to never rely on emotions alone. So that's the problem. A lot of y'all relying on just feelings. They'll never leave me. You just relying on feelings, emotions. Okay. Okay. Do you have any value to go along with them emotions? Do you have any respect going along with them emotions? Any discipline? Any discipline? Are you scarce? Any scarcity or scarcity, whatever? Are you competent? Do you have the results to go along with how you feel and how you talk? Again, are you just talking shit and got the proof to back it up? Or are you just talking shit and make a million one excuses when it's time to prove? Which one is it? And see, this is why the top of the top stay paranoid. This is why those that's at the top of their game have anxiety attacks and heart attacks and shit like that because they paranoid, they scared. They scared. You feel what I'm saying? That's why some athletes go work extra hard. You hear the story about Kobe Bryant, how his work ethic was ridiculous. They didn't believe some of the shit they were saying. Kobe don't do this. Kobe don't do this. You go say like, damn, that's why Kobe is Kobe. That's why mama mentality is a real thing, because Kobe was putting in the work. Kobe was putting in the work. Same thing with Mike. You tell Mike he can't do this, Mike say, all right, bet, watch this. He come back and do it. Even LeBron at 41. He's actually beating Father Time as far as a basketball player. Because he's still at the top of his game at 41. That's why they go so hard. That's why they try to keep their body in shape. Because they still fighting to keep a spot. No matter how good they is, they still fighting like they don't have the spot. They still go hard like they ain't that dude. Why you think they call Tom Brady Psycho Tom? He's still playing like he got to play. He's still playing like he bagging up Drew Bledsoe. Even though he a 7-time Super Bowl champion, plenty of money, he still was playing like he the backup, trying to get the starting spot. He's still hungry. He still got something to prove. Even if he ain't got nothing to prove, he still got something to prove because he's still that nigga. How about you? How about you? When it come down to content creation, why you think the ones that's on top of the game still study attention? They still trying to figure out a way to get more attention, even though they got millions of subscribers, get millions of views on their videos and this, that, and the third. Motherfuckers know them in, excuse me. People know them online and offline. They got so much shit going on. because they still at work. They still working. Even though they're getting the money, the clout, the status, they still working. They actually take this shit seriously. Cause they know it's one bad video, one bad piece of publicity, and they can lose everything. That's why they still on top of the game. You feel what I'm saying? The top entrepreneurs. Why do you think they always still making money? Because they adapt to the environment. They adapt to the consumers. What they want. They adjust and adapt. They don't stick with one thing and feel like, hey, it's gonna come back around, even though they losing money. No. They at the top of their game for a reason, because they adapted to what the economy looking like. In order for them to keep making money. You feel what I'm saying? Because these type of people understand. The moment you get comfortable and you think you can't be replaced, that's when you become vulnerable. The moment you think you can't be replaced is the moment you become vulnerable. The moment you get too comfortable in your position is the moment that your belly shown. That's why the top of the top move the way they move. They don't want to get too comfortable. Now, let me tell you how you become irreplaceable. You feel what I'm saying? See, you can become difficult to replace. Man, my phone just jumping. What? I'm talking about it jumping. Let me see what this message say. Man, they jump be kidding me. We can't verify your business. Okay, anyway. That's all that's been called to me all day. Yo, you Google account and your business ain't okay. I got you. Anyway, you become irreplaceable when your value become rare. You become irreplaceable when your value become rare. That means you need to improve your skill set. You need to improve your network. You need to improve your discipline. You need to improve your presence, your influence, your execution. All that need to be improved for you to become rare. For you to have real value, all that shit need to improve. Not just talking about improving, actually producing. Actually going out there and get it. You see, the market, the market rewards people who solve problems at a high level. If you're able to fix some shit consistently at a high level, you get the reward that whatever market you're dealing with gives you. You get that. So when it comes down to relationships, being irreplaceable doesn't mean manipulation. I used to think that shit. And again, I was one of them individuals. I've been called a manipulator all my life. Now that I'm in my mid late 40s, I be sitting back thinking like, I accepted that I'm a manipulator. I accepted that title because I've been called it many times in my life. But really, was I a manipulator? Or did I understand reality. Because it's easy to call me a manipulator when I'm in my teens and my 20s and even in my 30s. It's easy to call me a manipulator. But just like I tell my wife when her and my son get into it, she always say, I laugh at that shit and I find the shit funny and shit like that. And I'm like, it ain't that I find the shit funny, just that I realize that my son is a business guy. I know this. I realize my son has a business mind. And it's not that he's just being disrespectful to be disrespectful. It ain't because he ain't moving. Now he your son, so he's supposed to move a certain type of way. And like, he gonna do shit for you because he your son. But when it's shit he don't have to do for you, and you want him to do it for you, and he sit at the table, like, all right, I do it for this, and you say no, and he said okay, and I tell her like, well, why do you feel some type of way? She say he with the shit. I'm like, he ain't with the shit. He's a business guy. He got to get something in return. And I tell her, I say, you're in sales. I tell my wife, you're in sales. And you can't negotiate with your son because you want him to do something and he wants something in return, and you say no. He's just supposed to do it because he's your son. I'm like, that's not how business works. Just do it because you my son. Just do it because you my husband. Just do it because you my wife. Just do it because we related. No. What's in it for me? What's in it for me? You want me to do something for you, but what's in it for me? Just because we got the same blood, I'm supposed to do it. No. I didn't go to my cousin's funeral because of that type of shit. She just wanted me to do shit for her because we were cousins. And I'm like, no. Because if something go wrong on my end, doing something for you, what you gonna tell my wife and kids when I don't make it back to the house because of you? But I'm wrong because I won't do it because we blood. I didn't go to my auntie funeral. We blood. You my uncle's wife, and I love you. But you with the shit. Well, with the shit for a long motherfucking time, as far as I can remember. And you want me to feel sorry for you? I don't. I love you, but I don't feel sorry for you. Because how you did people. So that's why when my wife or anybody that know me tell me you gonna get what you get, karma gonna come back around, I said, I already accepted that a long time ago. I already accepted what I put out, I might get back. And I can't be mad about it. But just because we related, we married, we dating, whatever the case may be, I'm just supposed to do shit for you because. And I ain't getting shit in return. I'm just doing it because we together. Okay. And I'm wrong because I tell you no. I'm wrong because I won't side with you when you're in the wrong. Like, no, I don't give a damn. We supposed to be, nigga, you wrong. Oh, it's like that. It's like, when you wrong, you wrong. I don't give a damn. Anyway, that's manipulation. It's just do it because. Again, if you love me, you'll stay. Oh, you'll never leave me. Yeah, that's manipulation. That's manipulation. But what you do is you actually become better. You actually become better. Stabilize your emotions. Be on your purpose. Have a little confidence in yourself. Have some direction. Have some standards. Learn how to be a leader. That's how you better yourself. That's how you become irreplaceable. And I say this shit a lot. It's like, I know I'm not the best nigga walking. I know I ain't. I know I'm not the best man walking. But I got confidence. I got leadership skills. I done worked on my emotional stability. I learned how to be a little bit more disciplined. It took a while. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still working on shit. Purpose and direction. I don't even know what the fuck. Like I ain't been like I don't know what the fuck to do since I've been for the past 5 years. I'm so used to being in the warehouse. I'm so used to working that I'm not working no more. And now I gotta find what's my purpose in life. I'm still trying to find that after I've been working majority of my life, clocking in and clocking out on somebody else's clock. What do I do for the rest of my life? What direction I need to go in? I go through that shit every day. What direction I need to go in? Do I stick on what I'm doing or do I do what I need to do to get some attention? And I talk about this shit all the motherfucking time is staying on your square, staying true to who you are. Don't change, don't fold, don't do this so you can get some attention. So I go through these struggles every motherfucking day. Some shit I got down packed, some shit I still struggle with. You feel what I'm saying? See, a person remember how you make them feel. People remember how you make them feel. You know what I'm saying? But they also remember the value you consistently bring into their life. People remember how you make them feel, but people also remember what did you do for them? What did you bring them in their life? The good and the bad. And how that shit made them feel. And here's something else you need to know. The less desperate you become, the more valuable you appear. The less desperate you become, the more valuable you appear. Because desperation signals replaceability. Scarcity signals value. So again, when you sit up here and better yourself, the more valuable you appear. When you sit up here and want to stay where you at, you seem desperate. When somebody like me tells you to better yourself as a man, not for a woman, better yourself for you. Don't better yourself for a woman, better yourself for you. So you look like a better option. Do it. That's not manipulation. That's facts. You could be a piece of shit individual. But if you become irreplaceable, they'll deal with you because you bring value. You might make them motherfuckers mad every time you walk in the door. Trust me, I've been there. Trust me, I've been there. In school, teachers couldn't stand me. As soon as I walked in the classroom, it was already like, all you gotta do is say a word. I'm sending you to the office. Word. They couldn't stand me. And then they'll pull me to the side and like, you know what? You got a lot of sense. You just terrible. You just got you a problem, but you smart. I know that. I know that. At jobs, they couldn't stand me because I say what I want to say. I don't bite my tongue. And they'll pull me to the side. It's like, You a good worker. You just hard headed. I know that. I know that. I know what I bring. I know what I bring to the table. I'm a piece of shit, but I'm a great father. I'm a piece of shit. I'm a good provider. I'm a piece of shit. I'm an asshole. I'm all that shit. I'm just good at what I do. I could be an asshole. I'm just good at what I do. I'm an asshole. I'm a good leader. I done been in leadership positions. I'm an asshole. I get results even though I'm an asshole. I, I ain't got no problem arguing with my boss. Huh? Really? Okay. I get the job done. What you want results? Or you want me to be a puppet with your hand up my ass? I just get the results and stay who I am, then let you manipulate me, control me, and move how you want me to move, and get the results you want. Hey, some got to give. If you want certain results and you want me to move a certain motherfucker way, why don't you do it? Why don't you do it? If you want it done, you want the results and you want it done a certain type of way, and you're asking me to do it, I'm like, which one you want then? If you asking me to move a certain type of way, and I don't like the way you want me to move, I'm not gonna give you the results you want. You can tell me all day, it's like you are so much better than this. Yeah, and you're stopping me from being me. I'll get you the results you want, but I gotta do it how I do it. Or I'm not gonna get the results you're looking for. I'm not gonna give them to you. Because you want me to move a certain type of way. You're restricting me. You're restricting who I am. You're telling me how you want me to move. No, no. I do what I need to do to get the results you want. I do that what I need to do to get the results I get. And I got them. All about being an asshole. So I ain't gonna never tell no man, nobody, to stop being who they are to get some better results. Either you want them or you don't. Now you ain't gotta be no idiot. You ain't gotta just be totally disrespectful. I'm a calculated asshole. I don't ever call my bosses out their name. I just challenge their ass. I don't never call them out their name. I don't never be disrespectful to their ass. I just challenge their ass. That was something my mama told me a long time ago when she was teaching. It's like teachers hate for you to challenge them. They just want you to sit there and just soak up what they're telling you as the gospel. Don't have no questions. Because the minute you ask them a question, it goes against the programming. And you become a problem. I'm a problem. If it don't sound right, of course I'm gonna say, what the hell are you talking about? That don't make no sense. Answer my questions, boss. Why I gotta do X, Y, and Z when you know X, Y, and Z don't make any sense whatsoever? Then I'm a problem. I'm like, okay, I'll be a problem. You still ain't answering my question. Why we gotta do X, Y, and Z when X, Y, and Z is not gonna work? Why? You're just insubordinate. I'll be that. You still ain't answering my question. You're a problem. I'll be that. You're not answering my question. Answer my question. Make it make sense, and I give you the results you want. If you come to procrastinate and come trying to send me down rabbit holes and smoke screens and all that type of shit because you don't want to answer the question because you don't know the answer, or the answer you got for me is something that's more diabolical than what you're really telling me, I see through that. I got you. I got you. I got you. Mm-hmm. Yep. So let me give y'all the winning mindset. See, the goal is not to be a paranoid individual every day. The goal is not to be paranoid. The goal is to be aware. You feel me? Excuse me. Don't be scared. Don't be scared of being replaced. Mm-mm. Don't be scared of being replaced. Use that as fuel. Use that as motivation. You feel what I'm saying? Don't be scared of being replaced. Use that as motivation. You feel what I'm saying? Cause once you understand competition, once you understand competition exists everywhere. Everywhere. I tell y'all this shit. If you move over here one way, you're gonna move over there the same way. Once you understand competition is everywhere, you train harder, you think a little bit better, you move a little bit better, you be a better. Once you realize that a competition is everywhere, whether you indulge in it directly or indirectly, you're always competing everywhere, across the board, every aspect of your life. You're competing. And instead of being scared of being replaced, use that as motivation to be the best you can be. That's it. And once you start moving that way, once you understand that you're competing no matter where you go, and you start moving a little bit better, start thinking a little bit better, start talking a little bit better, you'll stop begging for loyalty. You'll stop asking for validation and approval. You feel me? You'll stop begging for the perks and the benefits, and you'll start becoming valuable. You'll start becoming valuable, and you'll become valuable enough for them to make it hard to replace you. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is how you change shit. I said all that to say this, and I'm gonna get up out of here. Bruh, if you're replaceable, if you're easy to replace, you will be replaced. You feel what I'm saying? If you get too comfortable in your positions, if you're not working like this, your life depends on it. If you done got too comfortable in your position, not my bad, my bad, my bad, man. But like I was saying, if you didn't get yourself in a position and feel like you ain't got to keep competing, you feel like you ain't got to do nothing because you straight, you comfortable, you becoming a fat cat, and then next thing you know, your coworker done moved past you, the your backup then took your spot. A nigga out the blue done took your cheek. Best believe the reason all this shit happens is because of you. Sometimes. Sometimes you can stay in your position and not do nothing and they still fuck with you. Sometimes they left you because you didn't get better. But if you work on yourself, make yourself more valuable, build up your skills, build up your confidence, your discipline, your networking. If you do everything you need to do to become a better individual, it's hard for them to say adios. But if you stay content, stay comfortable, you leave it into the other people's hands what to do with you. It's out of your decision. It's out of your control. You have no leverage. So anyway, I'm finna get on down. I'm gonna holler at y'all good people later. Like I said, I might be doing short forms content over the next 2 weeks. So just be looking for shorts and reels and TikToks for a couple of weeks. So like, share, subscribe. I'm gonna get over with y'all good people later.
Remember when the goal was to be seen, now the goal's to be straight. Different math when the kids need structure and your name got weight. I don't chase the room no more, I measure exits. Who panics when I leave? Who adjust their sentence? Used to think loud, man alive more. I know calm means clear if you still explain your value. You late in your career, I watch money fix problems and multiply flaws. Watch ego kill deals before lawyers got involved. I don't blame age, I credit reps. You're sharpen the blade, I don't need pressure to move me. I move because I'm aligned. Every loss, y'all placement, every win exposed intent. Some folks still celebrating checks, I'm already in environments. I stopped arguing timelines, started reading behavior. If they comfortable disrespecting you, that's on your position and play. I don't need revenge, I need distance. Let life handle the rest. Silence louder than threats when your presence was the test. I built slow so it lasts. Skip hype so it's mine. Legacy ain't built in moments, it's built in the margins of time. So when the music fade out and it's just you in the mirror, ask if your life reflects discipline or just the ambition without structure. I'm done talking. Let the results finish the sentence.